Greetings and God bless. I wanted to do a little video about predatory landlords. And it seems like a lot of people do not know how to deal with it. And it seems like maybe some people, some landlords are under some new kind of distress because what I'm experiencing is very strange. And so I've had difficult property managers who will have a predatory lease agreement. So I'm going to just quickly go over that. So a predatory lease agreement would have an unusually large deposit. And that can mean that you don't get your deposit back. And I've known people who have lost thousands of dollars in that, where the landlord is pressuring you to sign the lease quickly. And I find that predatory action to occur with other things as well, not just renting, but other like taking an expensive certification in something. Like there will be this, you only have 24 hours to decide, and it's too good to be true. Also, there's no way out of the lease. That's another predatory thing. And I would also say when you're signing something else, let's say it's for an employer or for some type of credential you're getting, there can be a non disclosure agreement that you don't even know about that's in the contract. So you want to make sure that you're not signing a non disclosure agreement because these folks are predatory. They look great. They look like they have a lot of integrity. They have a great presence online, but there are really despicable, predatory people out there who are our idols, our favorite people, and they will have a non-disclosure agreement because they know that they're being abusive, that they're predatory, that they're exploiting innocent people who don't know any better, and they're trying to keep it quiet. So I would also just look for a non-disclosure agreement outside of renting, like if you're taking a class, getting some type of credential. So the next predatory landlord thing is them requiring post-dated checks. So they want you to pay rent before the month comes up. Another one is added fees. And I had a rental where they had added fees for so many different things. They even had a fee if you hurt somebody's feelings. Now, that's very general, because anybody could say anything could hurt their feelings, especially in the times that we're living in now. So there's further predatory harassment by a landlord, and that can be where they're stalking you, where they're doing other kind of uh, abusive behavior, like retaliating. Um, and I'm trying to find this other um, thing about uh, the abuse. So raising rent without notice, that's an abusive landlord. Um, and let's see. Um, so if you submit a legal complaint, some landlords will retaliate. Some landlords will refuse to rent, so that's a type of harassment when the landlord refuses to accept or acknowledge your rent payments because they want to scare you into moving out or taking back your complaint. Verbal or physical threats, using abusive language in person, in writing. They try to physically affect you. And they can be cyber stalkers too if they do it online. So, and I said before, raising or overcharging rent, the laws might, so this article from Do Not Pay, the laws might differ from state to state, but if the rent is increased without a timely notice before the lease expires or the increased amount or the increased amount gets unreasonable, a landlord might be accused of harassment. And I think that's what I'm dealing with. And I don't understand after a year and a half, like why this person is, I mean, I'm wondering if he's on drugs or something because his behavior is very strange. And so let's see. So another thing that a landlord can do is locking the tenant out, and lack of repairs. But um, so any aggressive method used by a landlord to pressure, intimidate, or coerce you to break your lease or move out of the premises can be considered landlord harassment. So, and the harassing actions has to be repeated several times. Um, and there's also some type of stalking kind of thing where a landlord stalks you. And that's the strange. So that I've just been experiencing that. Like every time I've gone to my unit, all of a sudden the manager's there. I mean, I've been there before for a year and a half, checking on my unit, and and I never seen the guy. Or he never introduced himself. But this month, I'm seeing him, and he's just like he's hysterical. And when I told him, look, I need some time to adjust to this new situation so I can move out, because that's what he wants. He just wants to get me out, and I'm fine, but just give me a couple months. Like, what is is it going to kill him? And um, and and the thing is, like, he's not accommodating me. Like, he's just being stubborn, because I could, like, I could be off on the side of the building. Like, it's so um yeah, it's just a strange situation. And when I was asking, hey, I just need a month to do this payment, because he wants me to prepay 2 months in advance, he says I'm asking for charity. And it's the strangest thing. And I'm telling him I'm feeling like he's being punishing, as if I've done. He feels he seems to be behaving like I'm doing something wrong, and he just wants to change everything. And I, and I'm not supposed to have any reaction. I don't know. So I just feel like the guy's on drugs. But anyways, it looks like that we do have some rights, and I'm not familiar enough with how to access these, but I just wanted to do a little video about rights. And one last thing, a landlord is not allowed to change the rent, raise the rent let's see, arbitrary mid-lease rent increases are not permitted unless specified in certain circumstances in the lease or by the municipality. So that's what this landlord did. He did a mid-lease rent increase by 3 times, and I had no notice. And he is just assuming that he can do whatever he wants. And I think legally he can't. And I have especially no interest of having any further association with this crazy man. Um, but I just don't know what else to do. So those are my latest. And if you guys know how to deal with abusive landlords and in similar situations, please put that in the comments below. So thank you for listening. God bless.